We're going to work here with a resource pack, which is an add-on set to Active Inspire, where you can use manipulatives to do any sort of activity you want. To find the resource packs, you're going to go to the resource browser, the music clapper in this window, and click on the group of people for shared resources and open up resource packs, ETA manipulatives, and we're going to look at Cuisenaire rods. Each time you see 4 options. An activity page like this is a work mat, and I can simply drag it over to my slide, and now I'm ready to start developing or a Cuisenaire rod activity or presenting to kids about Cuisenaire rods. I've got a stash down here of the rods. I can work there. Here at the bottom, I have a Blackline Master, which opens as a PDF. Here it comes. It's simply grid paper that kids can use to record their work with the rods. I also have a PDF file of some teacher notes telling you a little bit about Cuisenaire rods and what you can do with them. It's a short document just to get you started thinking about. Those 2 things also show up as Blackline Master and teacher notes over here. And then at the rods, I have a menu down here. If I know I need yellow, I could drag it here. Or if I don't want to use this work mat but I'm on a blank screen, I could drag from my resource set over there. I'm going to move to an activity I had prepared for us already and slide that out of our way. In this case, we're talking with kids about how many 2-car trains we can make to equal a given Cuisenaire rod. We talk about strings of Cuisenaire rods as trains. In this case, I have the black rod, which has a value of 7. And I've created 2 trains here. 1, 5, and then 2. And the other 2, and then 5. And for this activity, we're going to talk about those as 2 different trains because they have a different engine and a different caboose. The task for kids is to see how many 2-car trains they can build. And if I want to, I can present that as an activity card like this. This comes from SuperSource, and it asks students to take any rod other than white, build as many 2-car trains as they can for that color, and record their work. So here's an example of what that might look like for purple. And then to repeat the activity, different groups of students or the same group doing it multiple times for lots of different rods. Need my pointer? If I slide this out of the way, you can see I've done this for purple. So I have 3 2-car trains that I can create, and kids could, on their graph paper, record their work by coloring it in this sort of way. I'll go back to black and just outline a square to represent the white one. Or they could record it as 4 equals 3 plus 1. And ultimately what they're going to do is tally how many ways are there to make these. With a white rod that's only 1, there are no 2-car trains I can make. Our purple, we found 3 ways. And you can see I've skipped ahead and filled in the numbers, and now I can have a conversation with my class about what patterns they see. They might see relationships between the rod length and the number of trains. The number of trains is typically 1 less. They might see the pattern that odd numbers have an even number of possibilities, and vice versa. And they might find others. They could use this pattern to predict how many 2-car trains would there be for something 11 units long, and continue in that way. This shows you the way the interactive whiteboard can help us guide activities and organize information and have a good conversation about what the kids have found working with the rods at their desk.